Previously, after the farmers they'd helped made it clear that letting the group stay in their barn for the night was the only thanks they were going to get, the group had a basic breakfast made of the rations. Then they started back in the direction of the city. After a while, they encountered a group of would be thieves. Between Will's impressive bluffing and Lacey's cold magic, they were able to convince the thieves that there was more to them that met the eye, and they were allowed to pass by uninterrupted. Mistaken identity can come in handy sometimes. The group made it back to the city in the late afternoon, and they immediately headed to the tavern to get paid. Lacey headed out to go shopping, while Ingrid accepted another job for the group from someone who asked them to come to the Artisans' Cathedral the next day to help deal with some magic issues. They found an inn to stay the night in, and the group ended up participating in some bar trivia. There may have also been some drinking, or a lot of drinking. Eventually, Lacey also took a look at the pendant that Will had found on the individual controlling the wolves, and while it had some useful properties, they both agreed that it was very cursed and probably not something they should be using. The next morning, the group headed to the Artisans' Cathedral, where they promptly encountered a runaway construct that they helped keep from escaping. The construct's creator gave them a gift as a thank you, before they continued on to speak to the man who had hired them. They were led to a nearby location owned by the Arden family. It was explained that there was an issue with Emberheart, the elemental that controlled the family kiln. Arden took a magical look and realized that someone or something was funneling off the literal essence of the elemental. Both Arden and Obsidian thought that adding fire to the kiln would help, kind of like breaking a fever. Obsidian reached out and touched the kiln, taking a little damage from the heat, but not much since they were resistant to it. As soon as they took damage, they immediately cast Hellish Rebuke to hit it with fire. Will cast Firebolt at it, while various workers hurried to bring more wood to build up the fire in a non-magical way. The fire was built higher and higher, and in the moment the fever broke, there was a flash that led Arden to determine which nearby shop the elemental's power was being siphoned off to. As things calmed down, the group asked who that shop belonged to, and it was explained that it belonged to another family who were rivals of the Ardens. Around that moment, Will heard a commotion in the distance coming from the same direction that Arden had pointed. The group quickly realized that something must have happened when they broke the connection, and they rushed off to see what chaos they'd unleashed. An elemental that looked like it was made of molten glass came pouring out of the kilns in the rival shop, which seemed like it was probably not a good thing. And that is where we left off.